welcome. It's Sydney Monica here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. If this is your first time to this page, let me introduce myself. I'm Sydney. I'm a board certified adult gerontology nurse practitioner, and on this channel we talk about everything nursing, lifestyle, and finance. So if these are some of the topics that you are interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment, like, and share if you found any of these topics to be helpful. So today in this video we're going to be discussing the 4 ways that you can become a registered nurse. I'm going to explain the difference between an RN with an associate's versus a bachelor's degree, the salary expectation of an RN, the reasons why you should become an RN, and if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll share my experience and how I became an RN and the route that I decided to take. So let's get right into the video. So the main difference between an RN with an AA versus a bachelor's is the fact that the AARN is prepared more clinically versus the bachelor's RN. They're prepared in evidence-based and management and leadership position. So that's like the main difference, and of course like the length of education. The RN with the associate's degree is only 2 years versus the bachelor's is a total of 4 years. As far as the salary for the two, it's generally the same, but fresh out of school, an RN with a bachelor's has a higher advantage versus associates to get a higher pay right out of school. But of course, with years of experience, you know, they can pretty much be on the same level, and our associates prepared RN can definitely make a lot of money. It's not to say, you know, you're not gonna make money. You are. Right out of the program, you have a higher chance of making more with a bachelor's. And for the work setting between the two, they can pretty much do the same thing, work in the same environment, an exception to, of course, leadership roles and management. You do need to have the bachelor's degree for that. So let's talk about the 4 different routes that you can become an RN. So the first route is LPN to RN bridge program. So this route usually takes about 2 to 2.5 years, of course depending on the state and the program that you enter into. And pretty much it uses the LPN's clinical experience, work experience, to put them in an accelerated program where they can get their associates in nursing within the 2-year time frame. So a second way that you can get your RN is by getting the associate's degree. This is usually 2 years, and it's the quickest and most affordable route to take to become an RN. And the third route is to get your bachelor's. This typically is 4 years of education. It consists of you getting your associate's degree and then going to get the bachelor's in nursing. So in combined, it's a total of 4 years. This route is the longest, but it serves like the best advantage for you right out of school, because it's a lot more job opportunities, a lot higher pay, as well as if you wanted to advance your career and get your master's or your doctorates, the bachelor's can definitely prepare you to enter into one of those programs. The last route that you can take to become an RN is an accelerated program, which means if you hold a degree that is non-nursing, you can use that and enter into an accelerated program, which is usually very rigorous and very competitive. You can earn your bachelor's in nursing within 16 months of entering into this program and sit to take your board exam. So you would graduate with a second bachelor's degree, which is why it's so hard and it's so competitive to get into. So when it comes to considering which route is the best for you, there's just some things that you have to think about, because it will be different for everybody. You have to think about the length of education that you're comfortable, you know, committing to school. You know, every route has a different time frame, as well as you're gonna have to think about the cost that you're willing to spend towards your education, because every route is also different tuition, and of course like the state and the program that you decide to go into, they can all vary in cost. And you have to think about what is your end goal. Is your goal to graduate quickly, get a job, and start making money right away? Is your goal to further your career and get your nurse practitioner or your master's degree? Is your goal to work in leadership or management? So all of these are things to think about when considering which route is the best for you. I can only guide you by providing you the information so that you can use that towards making the decision into pursuing your career. So let's talk about the salary expectation of an RN. So I went on the BLS website, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it's a website that gives you the national average and salary of any occupation that you may want to look up. So I was able to look up RN, and the salary is about $77,000 annually. And this is, of course, the low end combined with the high end to get this number. So, of course, nurses right out of school can be making less, depending on experience, the state, and of course, like the work setting that you start working into. And it can be more, depending on the state, work setting, and experience. So this is just the average number that RNs can make. And also it's very different too if you talk about like travel nursing, which is a whole different conversation. But a new nurse average salary about $77,000. So you may wonder, well, I'm gonna spend all this money in school, I'm gonna commit all this time, and the program is very rigorous. Why? What is the benefits of becoming a nurse? Well, there could be many benefits. The first is you have a wide variety of job options. There's plenty of jobs that's going to be available to you once you graduate and pass your board exam. According to the BLS, over the next 10 years from 2021 to 2031, the job expectation is expected to increase by 6% for RNs, which means that's about 200,000 job openings per year, starting from now all the way until 2031, every year for nurses. So there is plenty of job opportunities out there. And a lot of the reason these jobs are open, it's not because nobody wants to be a nurse or they don't pay well or it's a bad job. It's because people in nursing change. They leave bedside, they change with their position because it's so broad. There's so many things that you can do in nursing, as well as people retire from nursing and people advance their career like I did into nursing, and they leave being an RN to being a practitioner. So this is the reason why there's always gonna be jobs open out there. You're never gonna be in need of a job. So if you were thinking about investing into school, the programs can be expensive, but it can be worth it. You get paid well and a lot of job opportunities. So a little bit of background about how I became an RN. I decided to take the route of getting my associates and then going for the bachelor. So I did the 4-year program. And if you guys watch my previous video where I talked about how to become an LPN and my journey into how I became an LPN right after high school, I'll link that video above if you're interested. I talked about I graduated at 18 with my LPN certificate. I did not pass my board exam initially, so I decided to take the route where I started from scratch and got my associates and bachelor's, which I knew was the best route for me because my end goal was to become a nurse practitioner. I knew that's what I wanted to do and get a higher degree, and I wanted to do it as quickly as possible. So had I passed the board exam once I graduated, would I have chosen the same route I did? Yes, I would, because I can imagine, going from LPN to RN associates to RN bachelors and then going again for RN MSN and then DNP. It's just too much school, too much application, too much commitment. So if I can compound the length of education into one, I'd rather do that. So I would definitely take the bachelor's route, and that was the better choice for me in furthering my education. So if you guys are interested in becoming a registered nurse and you're not sure where to start, or which route to take, whether to do associates or RN, I do provide one-to-one coaching sessions, and I'm gonna link my email down below if you are interested. So if you found this video to be helpful at all, please go ahead and comment and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time.